Galactus is one of the most fascinating Marvel characters. Now, with the Fantastic Four First Steps premiering on July 25th, 2025, he is finally coming to the MCU, the oldest cosmic being in the current multiverse, or the seventh cosmos. Galactus is a former Tau man who merged with the essence of the sixth cosmos when it collapsed. His complex nature is highly intertwined with the maintenance of the seventh cosmos. Galactus is not just a rogue cosmic entity, eating worlds for fun. In fact, the multiverse needs Galactus to feed off planets so its structure can remain balanced. Galactus has the power to travel through dimensions, but he also has variants across the multiverse. The stories featuring variants of Galactus often reinforce his role as a necessary natural force in the maintenance of the cosmos. In the Hercules Twilight of a God miniseries, which is set on Earth 829, Hercules needs to stop Galactus and the Silver Surfer. In the unique story of Hercules Twilight of a God number 3, published on August 4th, 2010, the variant of the cosmic being eats way too much, to the point of exploding. The excess energy not only caused him to explode, but to collapse into himself, becoming a giant black hole. Because of his insatiable nature, and combined with the destructible nature of black holes, the black hole Galactus continued to grow and consume any planets he came across. In order to stop this rogue black hole Galactus, Hercules had to sacrifice himself. He jumped into the center of the black hole Galactus to detonate what was dubbed a white hole bomb. Beyond Black Hole Galactus on Earth 829, there have been plenty of other short-lived Galactus variants that most fans don't know or remember. One of them comes from the MC2 universe, or Earth 982, which was first seen in Marvel Comics in What If 105, published in December 1997. What started as a what if world soon became bigger than that. The Last Planet, standing miniseries from 2006, takes place in the MC2 universe and features one of the strangest events in Marvel history. In the last issue of the miniseries, Last Planet Standing number 5, July 2006, Galactus and the Silver Surfer merge into one single being. Galactus is planning a universe-scale reset via a massive power surge, so the Silver Surfer, Scarlet Witch, and others launch a coordinated attack to break through Galactus's barrier. The Silver Surfer delivers a blow that overloads Galactus, causing the two to merge into a new silver-skinned cosmic being. The Silver Galactus is a form of anti-Galactus, as the fusion made him stop with the consumption of planets, and instead begin to heal damaged worlds. Galactus may be a godlike cosmic force, but even he has his weaknesses. In Fantastic Four number 50, published on May 1st, 1966, Stan Lee and Jack Kirby introduced the ultimate Nullifier. It is a tiny, handheld device, but do not be fooled by its size. It is capable of erasing anything from existence, including a massive cosmic entity like Galactus. During Galactus's first major confrontation with Earth's heroes in Fantastic Four, number 48 to number 50, which became known as the Galactus Trilogy, the Fantastic Four are helpless against his overwhelming power. But then Uatu the Watcher steps in to tip the scales by revealing the location of the ultimate Nullifier, a device created by the Watcher Emnu. Reed Richards threatens to use the device, which Galactus immediately recognizes and fears. It's the first time readers see the Devourer of Worlds genuinely scared of anything. Realizing the Fantastic Four are serious threats, armed with something that could obliterate him, Galactus agrees to leave Earth alone and withdraws. The ultimate Nullifier has appeared many times since, and it's still one of the few weapons in the Marvel Universe capable of countering Galactus. In the 1980s, Marvel had a tongue-in-cheek collection called Assistant Editor's Month, where Marvel stories would become a little stranger than usual. Published on October 18th, 1983, one of these stories is found in Marvel Team-Up number 137, Aunt May and Franklin Richards vs. Galactus. In the story titled Twinkle Twinkle, Galactus sees his Herald Nova die due to his lack of energy and travels to Earth 616 to ask Reed Richards for help. Galactus can't find Reed, but he finds Franklin Richards in the circus in the company of May Parker and Mary Jane Watson. The cosmic being decides to use Franklin Richards as his new herald, but Franklin transfers the energy he receives from Galactus onto Aunt May, so she becomes a golden herald, dubbed the Golden Oldie. Aunt May takes up the coolest form she has ever had here. She then has to travel the galaxy until she finds a twinkle planet for Galactus. The whole thing is a parody on Galactus' insatiable hunger. Golden Oldie is seen trying to feed him cake, also making fun of Aunt May's overzealous ways with Peter Parker. In the end, the readers find out that it was all a dream inside Peter Parker's mind. Quite disappointing that that's not a real-life variant of Aunt May. There is something even stranger than Goldie Oldie in another universe. In What If's issue number 34, published on December 17th, 1991, there is a story titled, What If Thanos Changed Galactus into a Human Being, where Thanos does something truly weird, turn Galactus into an Elvis Presley impersonator. Thanos uses the Infinity Gauntlet to turn Galactus into Creel, an Elvis Presley lookalike with amnesia, unaware of his cosmic past. He becomes famous in the United States, so when Adam Warlock appears with the Infinity Gauntlet and offers to turn him back into his original form, Creel refuses. Absurd yet touching, this one-off tale humanizes Galactus in a very unexpected way. Stories like these make fans want more stories with Galen of Ta, the person Galactus was before he became the cosmic being. While his origin story has been depicted in a few comics, Marvel has yet to make an entire series set on Ta, in the 6th Cosmos, for example. Did you know there is a universe where Marvel and DC Comics cross over? Yes. On Earth 9602, the Fantastic Four and the DC's Challengers of the Unknown team up, forming the Challengers of the Fantastic. Published by Amalgam Comics, there was a series of comics in the 1990s that put heroes and villains from Marvel and DC together in very interesting ways. Amalgam often merged characters, creating fusions like Iron Lantern, Dr. Doomsday, and Galactiac. The latter is the fusion between Galactus and Brainiac, who only appeared in Challengers of the Fantastic #1, published on April 2nd, 1997. The result is a powerful cosmic supervillain that is equal parts World Eater and intergalactic scientific conquistador. Galactiac travels to planets and drains them of their energy to sustain himself, much like Galactus does in every iteration. However, this variant doesn't destroy the planets he encounters. He merely shrinks and preserves it so he can study them in the future to maximize his exploitation of them. He confronts the Challengers of the Fantastic before being defeated. This rare Marvel and DC crossover highlights the core duality at the heart of Galactus, as a destroyer who is bound to kill even though he wished he didn't have to. All these Galactus variants in the comics are fascinating, especially since we have no idea what variant will be the one introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the upcoming Fantastic Four film. But it's not just in parallel universes that strange things happen to Galactus, or because of him. There are plenty of lesser-known stories featuring the cosmic being set on Earth 616. For example, Galactus once ate the Infinity Stones, starting with issue number 4 of Thanos, published on January 7th, 2004. Galactus was once again taunted by the actions of Thanos, but also became involved with another cosmic being. When Thanos assembled the Infinity Gauntlet for the first time, it brought Earth 616 to the attention of Hunger, a universal-scale parasite that lived outside of the known universe, within the Great Cosmic Vortex. Hunger decided to devour Earth 616, as it did to many other realities in the past, becoming known as the Devourer of realities in the multiverse. Sounds familiar? It's as if Hunger is a multiversal, bigger, more powerful version of the role Galactus has within each universe. But although Hunger wanted to eat the main Marvel universe, the strong nature of this reality acted as a shield for some forces. This is why Hunger required that someone within it created a portal in which they could enter Earth. Hunger manipulated Galactus to convince him that the Infinity Stones could permanently end his need for the energy of living planets. So, Galactus ate the stones in hopes of curing his endless need. Upon gathering the Infinity Stones from inside and outside the universe, Galactus assembled them in a crux that opened a gateway to the Vortex, allowing Hunger into Earth 616. Before the universe could be forever destroyed by Hunger, Thanos intervened and destroyed the gateway. This scattered the Infinity Stones across the universe again, but it couldn't kill Hunger. It still left a very small portion of the cosmic entity alive. After this struggle, Galactus was left famished. The story highlights the desperation behind his villainous acts, as he absolutely needs to devour worlds to survive. It also illustrates how even some of the most powerful artifacts in the Marvel Universe, including the Infinity Stones, are not strong enough to deal with Galactus. If you think you have seen the strangest multiversal variants of Galactus, wait a minute, we still have a couple of variants to discuss in the video after this one, the Ultimate Galactus. One of the most interesting variant depictions of Galactus hails from the Ultimate Universe, the reality where Reed Richards is the Maker and Miles Morales takes over as Spider-Man. On what is also known as Earth 1610, Galactus isn't a being of pure energy contained within armor, but something completely different. There, his variant is called Galactus. Instead of a massive humanoid being, Galactus is a collective of city-sized robotic drones that invade other worlds using a combination of envoys and a flesh-eating virus to eliminate native biological life forms. The drone swarm extends approximately 100,000 miles long. They are black and purple, with red laser beams that make them look like evil robots with red eyes. The form is different, but the destructive power of Galactus is similar to the humanoid Galactus of the main Marvel universe. But this variant of Galactus consumes worlds in an even more terrifying way than the original, because the drones are able to send out a broadcast that drives sentient life beings insane. After neutralizing the victims by short-circuiting their brains, the drone swarm goes in to drain the planet's life energy without facing any form of resistance. But that's not all the swarm of drones does. Galactus can penetrate a planet's core and tap its thermal power, transferring it to Galactus's main body. This variant first appeared in Ultimate Extinction No. 1, published on January 11, 2006. The series is part of the Coming of Galactus event, centered on the unique villain. Galactus went on to appear in several other issues, becoming one of the most feared forces in the Ultimate Universe. Their final defeat in this series comes via a negative zone superweapon, mirroring some of the Fantastic Four stories set in the main Marvel universe. This variant stands out because it highlights the non-human, non-redeemable aspects of Galactus. According to Marvel, Galactus was built by the ancient Cree eons ago to wipe out all their enemies, but the drones got out of control and evolved over time into its current form. They grew to hate all forms of sentient life. They destroy planets not only to feed on the planet's thermal energy, but to also eliminate the threat of sentient species in the universe. Galactus considered all organic life abhorrent, so much so that when the drones made telepathic contact with Professor X, they regarded the experience as torture. Interestingly, this variant once merged with Galactus. This fusion resulted in one of the most powerful beings Marvel has ever seen. During the Cataclysm event, Galactus and Galactus merged in what was the culmination of the story told in the first 4 issues of the Hunger series, published in 2013. Moving on to what is an even stranger universe than the Ultimate Universe, we have the Marvel Zombies universe, or Earth 2149. The original Zombieverse, also known as Earth Z, is a variant universe where most of the main Marvel characters are turned into, you guessed it, zombies. From Marvel Zombies No. 1, published on December 7th, 2005, and the subsequent stories, the Coming of Galactus is an important event. Galactus tries to devour the energy of Earth in this limited series, but he fails. Instead of feeding off the planet, what he actually succeeds in doing is offering himself as a snack for the zombie versions of characters like Hulk and Spider-Man. Many zombies tried to eat Galactus, but only Hulk, Wolverine, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Giant Man, Power Man, and Colonel America succeeded by joining forces. They absorbed his massive cosmic energy and became the Zombie Galacti, a flock of zombies whose hunger for humans is even stronger and can never be satisfied. Since then, they have been wandering around the cosmos, eating the innocent. They have also plotted to travel to other realities many times, including the main Marvel universe. Galactus's loss to the Marvel Zombies may become even more relevant soon. On October 3rd, 2025, Marvel Zombies will premiere on Disney+, continuing the story seen in What If? Season 1, Episode 5, What If Zombies? The episode showed a variant of the MCU becoming infected with a quantum virus that turned the infected into zombies. While some heroes survived, they now have to battle former allies and even more powerful villains, such as a zombified Thanos who has taken over Wakanda. While Thanos seemingly has been set up to be the major villain in Marvel Zombies, there still is room for Galactus to make an appearance, especially since he will make his MCU debut in the Fantastic Four, First Steps on July 25, 2025. The MCU could do a straightforward adaptation of his storyline in the Zombieverse and have the Devourer of Worlds be devoured once more, leading the zombies to wreak havoc on the galaxy and universe at large. However, with Thanos already zombified, Marvel Zombies seems to imply that the virus has already spread beyond the planet Earth. Thus, instead of the Zombie Galacti, we may instead see a zombified Galactus, which may make him an even more dangerous threat as he continues to try to devour planets throughout the universe. Last but not least, there is yet another strange variant of Galactus in the Mangaverse, perhaps the strangest. Also known as Earth 2301, this universe debuted in Marvel Mangaverse, published on January 16, 2002. The variant of Galactus in the Mangaverse was an important antagonist in the first 3 issues of the series, dying in issue number 3. Galactus was a weapon used by the Skrulls to serve as an anti-life virus. He was created by them using Mephisto's world, and so he began to roam from universe to universe looking for planets to eat. Galactus in the Mangaverse looks like a giant eyeball. It can house inhabitants working as a living planet. When Galactus decided to eat the Earth in that universe, the Fantastic Four recruited Marvin Elwood, the heir to Captain Marvel, to go onto the surface of the eyeball planet, where they themselves could not survive, and kill it. At some point in the past, Galactus had swallowed the Inhumans world of Attilan. The survivors ended up on Galactus, where they lived now waging a war against the Skrull. Led by Lord Kriega, the Skrull army included lava men equipped with insectoid-like walkers and magma cannons, and Galactus's own symbiotic life forms. When the heroes assaulted Galactus, they were aided in their battle by the Inhumans there. When they finally reached the heart of Galactus being guarded by the Skrull's gods, Captain Marvel defeated Lord Kriega and finally killed Galactus. Well, these were 10 facts most fans don't know about Galactus in comic books. The Devourer of Worlds truly has a rich and complex history that extends far beyond his popular image. Considering the Marvel Cinematic Universe's penchant for drawing from diverse comic storylines, it makes you wonder, do you think any of these lesser-known stories, such as his past as a mortal or his surprising moments of mercy, will influence the live-action depiction of Galactus when he inevitably makes his grand entrance. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Let's discuss your theories and favorite Galactus moments in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this deep dive into one of Marvel's most iconic cosmic entities, remember to subscribe to CBR for more exclusive insights and comic book breakdowns. Until next time, thanks for watching CBR.